Hi, I'm Natalie, and I want to be really honest with you. I feel like this quick set is one that we all need right now because today we're going to talk about getting back on track after COVID. The reality of it is that in the year 2020, the world stopped and everyone had to put some element of their lives on pause. But I believe that each and every one of us is capable of achieving the goals we had set before COVID or setting new and even bigger ones now. In fact, I think we all deserve it after the year that we've had, no? So let's have a quick look at the past year to get up to speed. Unfortunately, as we know it, lockdown wasn't the easiest time. While most companies have been doing their best to keep jobs available, the impact on the pandemic impacted young people the most. And when I say young people, I'm referring to 18 to 24-year-olds. Almost a quarter of them stopped working, and for those who were still in employment, more than half experienced reporting a partial reduction in working hours and saw their incomes fall. It's not just our bank accounts which took a hit. It's been found that globally our mental health and well-being also declined throughout the pandemic. However, this hasn't stopped young people like yourselves from holding on to feeling optimistic about your futures. In fact, almost half of young people surveyed in the UK reported pursuing new training or learning opportunities since the pandemic began. I don't know who else took a course or two or three during the pandemic, but I know I did. And listen, you might be feeling a little lost right now, but you're not alone. There's always a way to turn things around and get back on track to becoming your best self post-COVID. But why take my word for it? Let's hear directly from Adrian Tracey. Lockdown was a really unprecedented time. What would you say that you've learned most about yourself during lockdown?
That I took the little things for granted, like being able to just go out and just enjoy time with my friends or go into a restaurant. Just the little things that I did regularly that I didn't think were like a massive thing, but they are actually a massive thing. Being able to have freedom is massive, you know what I'm saying? And that goes for like whether you're in trouble with the law, whether you're in a country where you can't move freely, you know, whether you're, whatever situation that you're in, that being able to just have freedom and just leave your house and do something is a big deal. So that's what I learned.
Yeah, for sure. So you're not going to take your freedom for granted
Definitely
anymore.
not.
You're out and about.
100%.
Cool. So how did you manage having to like change plans? Like what did you do?
I had a lot of situations where like dropping music videos, dropping my album, a lot of things that like a lot of people telling me maybe you should wait, maybe you should like hold off on it until we know what's going on with this pandemic, like can you perform, or the stream's gonna do well, etc, etc. And I learned that instead of waiting for the unknown, because we don't know what's gonna happen, we could be in a lockdown for the next 3-4 years. So instead of doing that, just crack on as you was gonna do it and just roll with the punches. That's what I think is the best idea. Obviously that worked for me, I'm not saying it's gonna work for everyone, but for me it's like, if I wait and then we're still in lockdown in like 2 years, then I just wasted 2 years because I could have dropped my album, it done well or not well, and then dropped another album. So,
yeah, for sure. So it's just about adapting.
Exactly,
basically.
just adapting to your environment.
Yeah, for sure. So what have you done to motivate yourself to get back on track now?
Done to motivate myself. To be honest with you, the industry that I'm in, I have no choice but to be motivated, because if I'm not, if I get complacent, then I'm just gonna get overtaken and I'll just sleep, you know what I'm saying? People forget about me. So
sure.
I have no choice but to keep up with everyone else. So I think everyone else doing well drives me. You need competition, you know what I'm saying? There'll be no Messi without Ronaldo, etc, etc.
Yeah, for sure. What are your biggest goals for the future?
Just making more music, making more people happy. I'm trying to do a lot more things to like change the place that I came from and, you know, in a positive way, give back to the community and hopefully just take my sound a bit more global. I'd love to go out to Japan and get people singing my lyrics. That would be fire, so.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
It seems like this pandemic has given us all the opportunity to slow down and reflect. The key takeaway is to take some time to reflect where I've been, what I've done, and where I'm going. So let's try it out. And let me ask you to reflect on some things right now. Take this opportunity to pause, think, and reflect. You can write your answers down if you like, but I want you to think of one thing which has gone right during the lockdown. For me, that's having more time to slow down instead of racing around for a change and having more quality family time. What about you? Second reflective question is, can you think of one thing that you want to do differently? Personally, I know that I'm not taking opportunities for granted anymore. I love presenting and I'll be out there talking away whenever and wherever I can. And finally, have a think about your next big goal for the future. Maybe this is a goal from before or even a new one. Remember to dream big and do something you love and are passionate about. Well done for completing this reflective task. You can repeat this task again every 6 months to help you reflect. For the next activity, I want you to quickly pause the screen and choose one of these quotes by these 3 inspirational people, which best describes your mindset to achieving your next big goals. Is it champion behavior like Beyonce, mastermind like Mr. Jordan, or pure passion like Oprah Winfrey? Now, tweet or post your choice of quote and tag us in it. We'll love to see them. Use the hashtag #ShapeYourFuture. So now that we're all feeling a little bit more inspired, to say the least, it's important to have an action plan in place to help you achieve those goals. Don't worry, I've got one for you. Here's some simple steps. Number 1, firstly, break down your goal. Think about what you could do right now and what you have and what needs more time, training, and resources to complete. Number 2, try SMART goals. Make your goals specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Number 3, why don't you reach out to a mentor? They can offer you valuable advice. Looking for inspiration from an industry expert, a trailblazer, a leader making waves in their industry? Apprentice Nation's mentor sessions are completely free. To unlock a mentor session, you need 40 credits from the Skills Hub. Your credits will be reimbursed automatically. You can reach out to people in your network too, or why not try LinkedIn? Find companies and people in positions that relate to what you want to do and go and drop them a message. Number 4, breathe. Great things don't happen overnight. Don't beat yourself up if it doesn't happen quickly. Number 5, create a support group around you, people who can relate to what you're doing or what you want to do. Number 6, keep going. Greatness happens out of persistence and consistency. And remember this, a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan, and a plan backed by action becomes reality. Thank you for watching this quick set, getting back on track post-COVID. Here's some other Apprentice Nation short sets I would recommend. What are SMART goals? What is resilience? Stepping out your comfort zone and mapping out your journey. It's now time to take to your stage and step by step achieve your goals. I'll end this quick set with a final quote. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams.